Our mindset will be the difference maker in 2024. Our mindset is our perspective and our attitude towards life. If we don't get it right, we're just never going to get there. And it creates the opportunity for massive health success, or it will determine whether or not we remain in this impenetrable barrier that keeps us from experiencing that vitality and vigor that maybe we see around us. So the words, the activities, the routines that flow from our life, they literally are the quickest way to recognize whether our mind is in the state we want it to be. We humans, we're constantly creating these self-inflicted limitations, and we foolishly, I would suggest, believe that our own self-assumed limitations, based on our life circumstances, are hardwired, into all humanity, that we're all in this state. And we are not. They are not. And self-assumed limitations, they often come in sayings like, my parents had this or that, so I'm in this situation. Or I'm an all or nothing kind of person. I'm all in with that food, or I'm all out. I've never been able to get a break at my work. I got to get a college degree. If I want to get a job, I have to have a college degree. I got to go to college. I got to get in $250,000 of debt to get a good job. Or my skills, they're just not adequate. I've started just hundreds of diets, and I always end up farther behind than the last time. And the thing is, if you start a diet, that's a mindset you do not want to have. We don't want to start a diet. We want to change our lives, right? So, or my body, it sees food and I gain weight. I just don't like vegetables. I can't live without Diet Coke. I've tried quitting tobacco or alcohol, but my body needs it. I just don't like exercising. I struggle with mental illness, just like my mom. It's just how it's gonna be. She struggled, so I'm gonna struggle. Literally listening to testimonies of thousands of patients. This is not an overstatement. I've seen how we handicap our capabilities, our life opportunity, by our self-imposed limitations, by our talk, by our speech. And our speech comes from our mindset and how we think about and perceive life. So did you know there is no real limit? It is all a facade. But our life experience, it is ingrained in us that this is how it is, this is how it's going to be, this is how it will be. It's not our genes. It's not your genes. It's the life patterns that we've inherited, the thinking patterns, the doing patterns that we've inherited from our family and friends. This is what gets us in trouble. And I find it interesting that I rarely run across a person talking about how it's so easy to gain muscle. It's so easy to keep my whole food just locked in. It's so easy for me to just lose fat efficiently. It's just easy. I learn things so quickly. I never hear that stuff. Even the best of us will find that our mind often automatically goes to lack, to not enough. And I've heard it so many times where a patient comes in and I ask about, their physical activity routine. And they say, well, I haven't been doing anything lately. I haven't exercised for the last week because, I have this cold. But then I'm going to start up when this cold goes away. And after a few more questions, it come to find out they haven't been exercising for 9 months. There's no regular physical activity. But in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I just haven't done it for this last week because I had a cold. But in reality, and I'm going to start, tomorrow. The reality is they've been waiting for the perfect time for 9 months. And this cold just happened to be the latest, most current excuse to use for why they haven't gone for it, why they haven't taken that step. This is the deal. Nothing has changed. We still perfect what we practice. If we practice putting it off, we're going to get really good at putting things off. If we practice negative, failure-laden self-talk, we're going to carry that out in our life. Our bodies and our lives, they have no choice if that's what we're offering them. That's all they know. It doesn't matter how beautiful and perfectly positioned that light switch is in the room. If we have not been made aware that flipping on the switch turns on the lights. The lights will never come on, no matter how beautiful that switch is and powerful it is. Potential is what life is before action takes place. So please hear me on this. We all have immense amounts of positive life potential beyond our current state. So much health potential. No matter where you are in your health, there is potential for you to get to another level. Here's the deal though. We can run around with potential and never really get anywhere. Or we can take a moment, stop everything, and redesign our lives. And even though everything around us is not going to stop, we can take a moment. You know, when I was 11 years old, I got the award for most potential. I believe we were called the Rangers, is the team I was on, this baseball team. That reward, I think about it all the time, is literally the most meaningless reward there could be, because we all have potential. We all have all this potential. It is simply the action we're often missing. And we never know what that potential is or was until we take action. Then, every single day, purposely practicing what we want to perfect. This sounds so boring, right? You know, for the next 365 days, I'm gonna eat whole, nutrient-dense foods. I'm gonna, keep my phone out of my bedroom. I'm gonna, stick it in my kitchen. I'm going to consistently maintain a sleep-wake pattern. Like I'm gonna go to bed at a certain time, I'm gonna get up a certain time. I'm going to drink a glass of water first thing upon waking in the morning. I'm going to, talk about all the things I'm thankful for and grateful for at the dinner table instead of things that are completely out of my control and are really just absurd and negative, as we usually do talk about. I'm going to get in multiple workouts per week. I'm never going to miss more than one day of working out. Like I might miss one day, but I'm not going to miss 2 days in a row. And I'm going to do this week after week after week. Boring. I can assure you that patient after patient who's coming in, who's working to overcome crazy health obstacles, crazy health challenges, would love nothing more than to have the most boring health story, to have the most boring health existence, free of the excitement that is disease and dysfunction. Boring is fantastic. And I think you'll agree if you've ever suffered from any kind of health ailment. So if you feel like your mindset could use a shift, then I would make a point this year to get around people and voices, read things, listen to things, who have already made that shift and are excelling in the area of life you would like to excel in or you would like to grow in. Humility, like delayed gratification, it is a superpower. We humble ourselves, we say, I need help. Can I learn from you? That is potent. So what are 2 things you're going to adjust and then put on repeat to ensure health accumulates for you this year? Man, make them ultra specific and put them in motion today. Don't wait for January 1st, January whatever. Put them in motion today. Let's get a jump start on it. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. I hope this is helpful. If you enjoyed it, if it was helpful, please like, subscribe, leave a review. I would be so honored. And I hope you guys and gals have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll talk to you later.